Alright guys, so for those of you that play Witch Doctors, this will be a build for you guys. You want to do millions of damage? You want to stay alive? This is the one for you. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and show you this build really fast, but first off I want to go ahead and get into the powers really fast, because the powers put the build together. I mean, the build puts the build together, but the powers really fucking help. The powers that I'm using for my weapon is Ngiam, which is reduces my cooldowns by 10 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. Fan-fucking-tastic. My armor is going to be Mask of Jiram. Pets deal 100% increased damage. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And Ring of Royal Grandeur. Alright, Ring of Royal Grandeur. I honestly think I could switch that out. I really do. I think I could switch it out. But I'm not completely sure. Because if I remove one piece and put something else on, I'll still need that Ring of Royal Grandeur, so that stays there. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into the actual build, and then I'm going to show you some gameplay. Alright, so I'm going to go over the gear first, and then I'm going to go over the skills. For my weapon, I'm using the Reno's Flare. I turned it ancient, and I have a socket in it. The reason I use it is because of the Plague of Toads now seek out enemies and can explode twice. Alright, so we're going over that, right? Alright, so I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the Arakir set, which the first set summons a permanent Spider Queen who leaves behind webs that deal 4,000% weapon damage over 5 seconds and slow enemies. The Spider Queen is commanded to move to where you cast your Corpse of Spiders. I don't use Corpse of Spiders, so it goes wherever the fuck it wants to and attacks whatever the fuck it wants to. And this next part here, I could probably remove 2 pieces of the Arakir set and put a couple more pieces of Zunamosses or put a couple pieces of Jades on or something. But I'm using it just because, I mean, it looks nice. But, I haven't gotten into the full thing of it. Now, I will be updating all of my builds that I do in the near future when I actually get everything back together for it. So right now it's 4 pieces of Arakir set, because the 4th piece, Hex, gains the effect of Toad of Hungness rune. After summoning a Toad of Hungness, you gain 50% damage reduction and heal for 10% of your maximum life per second. Now, if you want to use that, go right ahead. I don't use it very often. I do use it from time to time, not very often. Alright, now, then the other set pieces that I'm using are 2 pieces of Zunamasa set, which are going to be the boots and the offhand. Alright guys, the boots and the offhand. The reason I use that is because the 2-piece set, while your fetish army lasts until they die, and the cooldown is reduced by 80%. Alright, so the reason I use that is because Fetish Army, when you cast it, they only stay out for 60 seconds and then they die off, and they've got like a 2-minute cooldown. Alright guys? They have like a 2-minute cooldown. And this build is lovely. The rings I use, the reason I'm reusing the Ring of Royal Grandeur as a power is because of the 2 rings that I'm using. I'm using the short man's finger and I'm using the tall man's finger. I'm going to go ahead and go over the short man's finger. Gargantuan instead summons 3 smaller Gargantuans, each more powerful than before. So they're going to be even more powerful than the 1 Gargantuan. The tall man's finger, all the zombie dogs you can have 4, you can have 5, you can have 3. It turns all of them into 1 Gargantuan dog. So let's go ahead and read it. Zombie dogs instead summon a single Gargantuan dog with more damage and health than all other dogs combined. It would be best to have 4 or 5 dogs out at a time when you have this active, because if you can have 4 or 5 dogs out at a time, they all get turned into 1 dog. You're doing double or triple damage. I'm not sure the exact calculations, but it's a lot more than all of them by themselves. Alright, my next part, it adds a few extra pets to my build, is going to be the Golden Gorget of Leoric Necklace. And basically, I'm going to go ahead and kind of go over this one now. And that's after earning a massacre bonus. 6 skeletons are summoned to fight by your side for 10 seconds. That right there adds 6 extra pets than you're already going to have, and it's just lovely. My helmet is going to be the Mask of Jerome. Pets deal 99% increased damage, so that's 199% increased damage compared to my normal pet build. So that right there, with the power of 100%, 199%, almost triple. That's almost practically fucking tripled. Because you gotta think, your dogs are doing something, then you got another 100% of what your dogs are doing, your pets are doing, and then you add another 99%. That's almost triple damage right there, guys. That is almost triple damage of what your pets originally would be doing. Alright, guys. And then Reno's Flare, I went over all of it. The belt, it really don't matter. I went with the Hellcat waist guards, and I put Corpse of Spiders on there by reforging. Reason I put Corpse of Spiders is because of the Spider Queen. Alright, let me go ahead and get into the skills here, guys. Plague of Toads with Explosive Toads is my basic attack. I mean, why not? You got Reno's Flare, why not have Explosive Toads? Or at least Adling Toads. My R2 button is going to be Spirit Walk with Jaunt, which increases duration of Spirit Walk, which lets me get out of harm's way faster and a lot easier. Or I can use it for speed runs. Great skill. Alright, so I'm using... My next skill is going to be Summon Zombie Dogs with Leeching Beast, guys. This one right here keeps me healed when it attacks. It heals me every time it attacks, and it's lovely. Alright, Gargantuan with Restless Giant. The reason I use Restless Giant because it gains the same perks that Wrathful Protector does. Just only when they're surrounded. When they're surrounded or they've got an elite mob around them, it's great. Then I use Fetish Army with Legion of Daggers. I use... You summon little minions wielding daggers is what that is. Alright, so my next one is going to be Piranhas with Piranhado. I've been using this build for almost 4 years. It works. It works. This is my #1 character, guys. Alright, so Piranhado with Piranhas with Piranhado basically lowers the defense of enemies by 15%. That's a lot if you actually calculate it. That's a lot. Lowers defense by 15%. Alright, so my passives are really what puts this build together in a way. I mean, the build itself is put together, but the passives really fucking help. This one here is a newer one that I just switched out. I did have Zombie Handler active until I thought about it, and I was thinking, hey, maybe I can get more damage. Okay, because I'm usually around my pets and pretty close to my pets, I deal 25% extra damage when within 20 yards of enemies. 20 yards of enemies is almost halfway across your fucking screen, guys. Almost halfway across your screen. And it's pretty nasty. Alright, Fetish Cycle Fence is my second passive. The reason I do this is because when I attack with a spell, and my main attack spell is going to be Plague of Toads, I have a 15% chance to summon a dagger-wielding fetish by your side for 60 seconds. Fucking awesome. You can have 15 or 30 of these bitches up at one time, and it is an awesome build, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome build. Alright, passive #3 is going to be Pierce the Veil. All of your damage is increased by 20%, but your mana costs are increased by 30%. Mana. Oh, hey, who cares? We're not using any mana. Alright, guys, so that one's passive #3. And then my last passive is the trump for my Gargantuan and my dogs. My summon zombie dogs. Basically, it says the damage of your zombie dogs and Gargantuan is increased by 50%. Additionally, you may have one additional zombie dog summoned at a time. So I'm able to have 4 zombie dogs up at a time right now if I did not have Tall Man's Finger. Combine them all together, double the damage. Oh yeah, 500 million crits from a dog. 600 million crits from a dog. Almost 700 million crits from a dog. Gotta love it. And then gargantuans? Shit. And this is what all of my pets look like together. And then I'm just gonna take you into another Weeping Hollow run real quick. Alright, this is a Witch Doctor Pet Master build for you guys that want to actually see it. This is what it looks like. That's just all that damage. Look at all that damage, guys. That is a lot of damage. 590 million critical, guys. 590 million critical from the zombie dog himself. This is what I'm talking about. It is so lovely. So lovely. So lovely, guys. Gonna head back to town here. Gonna show you the Paragon list just in case you want to see it this far in. That's up to you. But my Paragon is going to kind of look like my Barbarians build. 100 Vitality, the rest into Intelligence, and all my other stats are filled up maxed. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. If this build helps you at all, and you enjoyed this build, please leave a like, a subscribe, and if you want to, comment all you can. It's up to you. I'll respond to everybody that responds. Until next time, guys, don't forget to have fun. See you guys later.